Hello, I'm DeDe. In this 30-minute yoga session, we will experience poses which emphasize and create more awareness of our side body. That's anywhere from the side of our neck, down our torso, the side of our hip, all the way down to the side of our ankle. So here's what you'll need to practice. If you're not on a carpet, you might want to be on a yoga mat. Turn the same orientation that I have mine. You'll also need a towel for some padding, some water for hydration. You probably won't need shoes or socks. You'll need plenty of room around you, and you'll need to give yourself permission to skip something if it doesn't feel right for you. I'll give you lots of options. So now come into a seated position. I'm going to sit on my yoga mat. You're more than welcome to sit down on the floor as well, or if you need to sit on a chair instead, go ahead and do that. I like to sit on a folded towel because it elevates my hips a little bit and it allows me to sit up taller with my knees dropping out further. You might find it helpful in that same way. If you need your feet further forward to allow your knees to drop down, then bring them further forward. And then we'll find our seated position that's comfortable, ears back and over the shoulders, shoulders back and down, and there over the hips. And then you can have your palms up with your arms resting or your palms down. You decide. Now you can also decide, are you going to leave your eyes open or will you close them? Either way. And then we'll begin to breathe in as well as out through the nose. So see if you can begin your inhales a little bit lower than you normally do. Normally you might breathe into your chest and then up into your throat and then exhale. For this, we're going to try to take the air down lower than our chest. And we'll fill all the way up into our chest, into our throat, and then we'll exhale completely every time. See if you can tune into your breathing. And not much more than that. Any other thoughts, put them aside for now. All right, so hopefully you're finding a little bit quieter brain now, a little bit calmer feeling overall. If your eyes are closed, you can open them now. And if you're sitting on the floor with your legs folded, let's fold our legs with the other one in front or on top. Now take your arms down to your sides. You're still sitting up straight and tall. Roll your shoulders up and back and down. Go with your breathing. That means we inhale as the shoulders go up and back. And then we exhale them around and down. Now let's do one shoulder at a time. So next time you inhale, take your right shoulder up, and as you exhale, bring it around. And then we'll do the left. So now we're already starting to focus on our side body. So as you pick up one shoulder, you're lengthening the side of your body on that side a little bit. Like for example, we're lengthening our left waist as we do this. And the weight is shifting from one side of our body to the other. Now let's keep the shoulder down and let's circle the elbow around. Inhale it up and exhale it around and down. So I encourage you to go a little bit bigger with these elbow circles, provided that you can find a pain-free range in which to move. And if it feels okay with your neck, let your eyes follow your hand around. Now instead of the elbow leading, let's try leading with the hand with the thumb up. See if you can be disciplined enough to keep your eyes on your hand and not get distracted and look at something else on the way. Moving with your breath. Let's do one more time on each side. Last one. And then the arms come down. Let's roll the shoulders, both of them up and back and down. All right, now inhale, take your arms back. On the exhale, bring your palms together. Spread your fingers open, do it again. Big inhale, opening your chest. Long exhale. And then we'll lift the chest just a little bit more. And then let the chest drop down a tiny bit. Lift the chest on the inhale. And let it drop down a tiny bit. 2 more. Now this time we inhale, the arms come out, and on the exhale, twist and look over your right shoulder. And then when you're ready, inhale, center, over your left shoulder this time. Feel the twist as it takes place in your back, your neck. Last 2. All right, now we're facing forward and we're going to come to a hands and knees kneeling position. So I like to have extra padding under my knees, and you might want that also. And that's why we place the towel underneath where the knees are going to go. Gently point your toes back and sit back into your version of child's pose, whether it's here on your forearms and your knees, or back here on your knees and your forehead, whatever feels good for you. Customize it for you. If you're resting your head on your hands, take your head off of your hands now, bend your elbows, and circle around through your wrists a few times. We're going to have some weight on our hands, and we want to prepare our wrists. Circling in both directions, and then wiggle your fingers and your thumbs. Make a fist, open your hands up, fist, open, fist, open. Now let's come up on our hands and knees, or our fists and knees. So this is the fists version, and this is the palms version. Now we keep our neck lined up with the rest of our spine, we keep our shoulders away from our ears, and we keep our spine long and straight. Now we'll wag the dog, so push your hips to one side, your shoulders go to the other side, and then switch. Inhale to the center, and exhale across. Do it again. Side to side a couple more times. And one more each way. Let's come back to the center and back to child's pose, your version of it. If you need your knees wider, take your knees wider. If your knees can be narrow, then your knees are narrow. Now let's extend the arms further forward. And then we'll come forward about halfway forward, so not as far forward as you can go. Now take your right hand on your left hand and sit back. And then do that again. Come forward. Your right hand is still on your left hand. Sit back. And feel the stretch through the right side of your body. 2 more. You should be able to feel the stretch on the side where your hand is on top. So if your right hand is on top, that's where you'll feel it, in your right side. Now this time, inhale forward, hands are shoulder width, and as you exhale, the other hand is on top, and you'll sit back. Forward and back with your breathing. Now you can still do this if you're on your fist. You would just need to be up on your fist this way and then be on the outside edge of your hand this way. Let's do one more. Feel the stretch in your side. Now let's come back to the center and back to your version of child's pose. Stay there for a moment. And then we're coming back up on our hands and knees, or fists and knees, for one more move. Same move that we did earlier, but this time we'll have the toes tucked under for it. Keep your heels facing straight up. Inhale, shoulders away from ears, long straight spine. Exhale, wag the dog. Inhale, center. Exhale the other way. Shoulders go one way and hips go the opposite. Let's do 2 more of these. All right, and then we'll come back to the center. Now untuck your toes. We're going to step the foot that's furthest away from me, you'll step it forward, and then we'll help ourselves up to a standing position. Now you probably won't need your towel, so put it off to the side where it's out of your way. Turn your toes out, take your hands onto your thighs and slowly hinge yourself up. Take your time here. All right, and then we'll inhale, straightening the legs, taking the arms out. And then exhale, sit back, bend your knees, take your hands to your legs. Do it again. Inhale, sweep the arms out. Exhale, sit back. Now, are you pushing your knees out wide? You should be. And your feet should be far enough apart so when your knees bend, your knees line up with your ankles. So make sure you have a wide enough stance going. right, now this time we stay down. Stay here. Inhale, drop one shoulder down as you exhale. Feel the twist. And then when you're ready, inhale to the center and exhale around. Let's do it again. How are your legs feeling? They're working hard here. They're stretching and they're contracting. Now let's come back to the center. Inhale, take your arms out. This time as you exhale, sit into your legs and let's stretch through our side body. Feel that on your left side? Inhale back to center, rise up, and then exhale, sit, hips go back, knees are wide. Feel it in the right side. Inhale, exhale. Two more. All right, coming up, keep your balance. Turn your toes this way, so you're facing this way, and then we'll be in a lunge right here. Inhale, sweep your arms up. And then exhale, bend both your knees and sink down a little bit further. Let's do it again. One more. Now this time we stay here in the down position. Inhale, as you exhale, turn in the direction of your front knee. And inhale back to center, go in that same direction again. Exhale, turn. Feel what's happening in the side of your body. Inhale, center. Exhale, turn. Feel the muscles contracting to turn your ribs. One more. Turn. And then we're coming back up. Keep your balance now. Turn toward me. Legs are straight. Give them a little rest. Then let's turn the other way. Make sure that your feet are not lined up on a tightrope, but rather they're on a narrow railroad track. All right, so here we are. Inhale, and then exhale, sink down into your legs. Let's do this a few times. Now this requires a little bit of balance. Do you need to do this with your back knee down on the floor? If you do, feel free to do it that way. You don't have to be up where I am. One more time, and then we start our twisting. Now here's where we begin. Inhale, we're down low. Exhale, turn in the direction of your bent knee in front. And then do it again. Inhale. Two more times. Feel the internal and external oblique muscles in your waist grabbing on and turning your rib cage. One more time. And then we come back to center and we rise up, and then we turn to face one another. Turn your toes out. Just stand for a moment. Knees are slightly bent, hands in front of the heart. Catch your breath. And then release your arms. Let's move the feet in closer together. So we'll be here with our feet underneath our hip joints. This is mountain pose. Be strong and stable and sturdy like a mountain. Closing your eyes is good here because it causes you to tap into something different than if you have visual stimuli. So if you close your eyes, as long as you don't lose your balance, you get to experience a little bit more, perhaps. Now, if your eyes are closed, let them open. Your arms come down, and we inhale. Now take your right hand down. As you exhale, shift your hips to the left and stretch a little bit up and over. Get some support here. And then we switch. So both arms come up. Inhale. And exhale, left hand comes down. You can look wherever it's comfortable, looking up, looking out, looking down. Make sure you shift your center of gravity to the side. Now I'm showing a fairly straight arm here. If you'd rather have a bent arm like this, that works great too. Feel free to stay with these arms. Otherwise, a little longer lever perhaps. Both arms come up. They can be here or up here together. Shoulders are down in any case. Soften your knees. Inhale, exhale, like the hands on a clock. You're going just 5 minutes past the hour. And then inhale back up. And then 5 minutes before the hour, or whichever direction you're going. Let's do it again. So in this scenario, our side body has to be stable and strong. Let's do it one more time each way. Are your shoulders still relaxed down? Keep them down away from your ears. And then one more. And then we're coming up and we're releasing the arms down. This time the arms are at our sides. We'll turn the palms and the inner elbows to face forward. Eyes closed or open, you choose. Take a few breaths. Now let your eyes open. Take your left foot and cross it across the front. Push it down into the floor, but you're mostly standing on your right foot. Now your left hand goes here. Your hips shift out to the right, and your top arm is bent at the elbow. You reach over. Stay here. So see if you can feel this from your armpit area, down your torso, into the side of your hip. Can you feel that? Keep pushing your hips off to the side. Can you feel the stretch down into your right side thigh? Maybe you even feel a little bit in your right outer ankle. And then let's come up. Easy does it. We'll switch sides. Both feet are down, and then your right leg crosses over the front. Tall and straight. Right hand goes here. Push your hips out to the left, and then your top arm goes over and it stays bent. Now, do you want to look up, or does it feel better to look forward? Or do you prefer to look down? Maybe you try a little of each. Keep pushing your hips out to the side. And then we're coming up, relaxing the arms, uncrossing the legs, back to mountain pose. Let's join the hands in front of the heart. Close the eyes briefly if you're comfortable. All right, and then let your eyes open if they're closed. Release your arms again. The palms and inner elbows are facing forward, and the head is back over the shoulders. Now, ear to shoulder on one side. Stay here. Keep your face facing straight ahead. Think about turning this top ear up toward the ceiling while keeping your left shoulder down. And then let's come back up, reset your posture as needed. Let's go over to this side now. Keep your shoulder down. Coming back up to the center, roll your shoulders back and down. Now let's take a moment and grab a drink of water if you feel like you want to. If you're going to bend down to get your bottle or your glass, make sure you put your hand on your leg and support your back that way. All right, and then join me in a lying down position. So we'll be on our back. Some may need a pillow under their head. If that's you, make sure you fold your towel and you put it here where your head's going to go. And then you come down any way that works for you. Just get there gently, safely, comfortably. So if you're not going to use the folded towel as a pillow, just take it out of the way for now. Lie all the way down, pull your knees into your chest for a moment. If you need your knees to be straighter, let them be straighter. Just rock from side to side. So let's plant one foot toward the outer edge of the mat, followed by the other foot at the other outer edge. Knees are bent. Your head is in the center, your arms come out to the sides. Now we inhale. And on the exhale, the knees go one way and the head goes the opposite way. And then back to center. Inhale. When you're ready to exhale, go the opposite direction with face and knees. Stretching through the side of your hip, the side of your thigh. Can you feel that? And one more. All right, let's come back to the center. Turn yourself over on your side. Press yourself up with your hands. And then we're sitting. So find a comfortable seat that works for you. I'm going to sit on my towel. You might want to do that also. Sitting up straight and tall, and then take your arms out. Inhale, exhale, reach over. We're going to hold the side bend now. Your hand that's either on the chair seat, if you're in a chair, or that's on the floor, that hand is going to push so you ground your opposite hip. It becomes a little heavier. Shoulders away from ears, and then press your side ribs out. So you do this at the degree that feels comfortable for you. And breathe. All right, let's switch sides now. Inhale to come up. Shoulders down. Exhale over. Push with your supporting hand. Press your opposite side ribs out. Make sure your neck is still lined up with your shoulders. And then we're coming all the way back up, relaxing the arms, circling the shoulders up and around. So how did you do? The more we are aware of strong and stable in our side body, the better alignment and form we can have in future yoga practice, and also in our everyday life tasks. We can hold our body straighter, more securely. As usual, thanks for joining me, but more importantly, thank yourself for being here and taking some time out just for you. Until next time, be well.